Hoka hey, Alita Army. Welcome to the Alita Livestream of November the 4th, 2022. Which version of Alita has the most uWu? Where we discuss all things to do with the movie Alita Battle Angel, the source manga Gundam, and the greatly desired sequels. I am your host, the Muskogee Creek from Denver, Colorado, and we have with us Lee from Fountain, Colorado. How's it going, Lee?
Howdy.
And also with us, we have Safani Sung. He's from California. How's it going, Safani Sung?
That's very good.
All right. And we also have Do Not Stand By. He's from Arvada, Colorado. So how's it going, Do Not Stand By?
Great to see some snow on the ground.
Yeah. Yeah, that's right. So anyway, well, here we are. We're still chugging along here, hoping for our sequel. We picked this, or I picked this actual topic because tomorrow on Radio Chaos they're going to be talking about uWu in general. Although it's not going to be limited to Alita, I imagine it's going to also be the uWu of other characters, that are in the movie, I guess, or it could even be in the manga, I guess, depending on how that discussion goes. But that's where we are. We're going to be looking at several different bodies. This is going to be similar to what we did here a couple of weeks ago, I guess, except it's going to be more of a tournament looking thing. And we'll show that to you as we get going on it. So anyway, I guess before we get into the main topic, first of all, I've already welcomed all the guests. I forgot to push the button. How about that? So I trust all you guys, though, are doing well, I guess, just from your intros, right?
Yeah, I'm good.
Okay. All right. Anyway, before we get started, we got the petition. We are fastly approaching 177,000 signatures, which is pretty good. It's more signatures than the Snyder Cut got when they got their version of Justice League. So we're moving along. But we'd still like to get that thing to 200,000. So, we just keep plugging along, trying to make it happen, I guess. So there you see the link down there just below the graphic there where you can go if you've not signed the petition yet, although I'm pretty sure that everybody on this stream has definitely signed the petition to this point. But you can always, tell your friends and, kind of copy that link down and get them to go sign the petition if they would like to see a sequel. And I see we got X-Man 577 out there. We got Nordley out there. There's several folks out there, so that's a good thing. Okay, now just going ahead and getting right to it. Basically, the way we're going to do this is we're going to look at 10 different instances. Now you see the Imaginos body there is actually 3 different Imaginos bodies, and if you go by the game, there's actually 4. There's an Imaginos 1.0 and I guess 2.0 and a 2.1, and then in the game, I guess Martian Memory, there's Imaginos 1.5. So probably an upgrade from 1.0, but not quite as powerful as 2.0 is the way I probably see that one. But we're going to consider all the Imaginos bodies as just one, okay? Because that way it kind of makes it a little less difficult, to kind of keep things organized and comparing them one to the other. And of course, you see a mixture up there of the movie and the manga. And of course, you could even throw the anime in there because the doll body and the Berserker body are also in the anime. So, what we're going to do, we're going to ask you folks in the chat also about this, is we're going to pair them up and I'll show you 2. And then after that, we're going to just chat about who we think of the 2 individuals. We got 4 pairings to begin with. And each one of those 4 pairings, basically, we're going to kind of, consider them and put them in something that looks like this. So the first pairing is going to be the Berserker body versus the civilian body. The doll body is the next one to be the doll body and the human body. And then the third pairing will be the Imaginos versions and the tuned body. And then last but not least, the Motorball body and the body. Now that body is not the Berserker body. It is the titanium. I can't remember what the composite of her body was, but I do know titanium was in it. But it was the body she was using in the military when she was actually training. So it's just before she gets the Berserker body. And it's a pretty cool looking body itself. But now this is out of the manga. Okay, everybody see how that looks?
Yep.
Okay, so let's go ahead and kind of take a look at the first pairing itself, and that's going to be the Berserker body and the civilian body. Now we got this organized in alphabetical order so it's easier to keep up with. So just a brief discussion of the two when we look at the Berserker body and the civilian body. We can talk about, certainly cuteness is going to be the main thing. I guess that's what uWu is, but we can consider other factors like, what she's like as a person and stuff like that. That could also figure into how attractive someone can be too, So Lee, what do you think? What between the Berserker body and the civilian body, what do you like about both of them, and which one do you prefer?
That's a bit of a tough one. The civilian body, I kind of leaning towards because of her personality at that point in her time in her life seemed not sure how to describe it, more settled, I guess. Not quite so extreme.
Yeah,
and she was busy doing, fairly everyday stuff that was kind of nice to see her doing that wasn't, getting the crap kicked out of her, having horrible things happen or something like that.
Or her kicking the crap out of other people.
Yeah, I don't necessarily like seeing that. But
yeah, kind of almost the typical single girl in her apartment and just going down to the Kansas bar and singing and stuff like that, right? So
yeah. But the Berserker, I kind of like the way it looks and performs better than the civilian body. So I think I'll go ahead and go with the civilian body, though.
Okay, from the panel, we got one vote for the civilian body. Okay, Safani Sung, which body do you prefer? And give us, you can tell us why it was between the Berserker body and the civilian body.
Yeah, I go with Berserker body.
Which one?
Berserker body, I mistake.
Okay, the Berserker body. Okay. Oh, by the way, Angelus just joined us. So, how's it going, Angelus, down there from Brisbane in Queensland, Australia?
Going good. I slept in, and then the hand of God woke me up at 2 minutes past 8, which is when the stream starts, and told me, "Hey, are you missing something?"
Yeah, you got to do something with these people in the past. Yeah, that's right. So, yeah, what we're doing, Angelus, is we're picking between. We got 10 different types of bodies here, and we're we kind of split them up into 8 groups. We put the Imaginos body in one group, all 3 of them, and we're going to kind of pair them up. Let me just show Angelus what we got here. That's kind of what we're going to be doing. Okay, kind of like a karate tournament. So. In terms of how who's gonna come out ahead. So Safani Sung, he likes the Berserker body, and I guess Lee likes the civilian body the most. Although he did really love the Berserker body, to giving the edge to the civilian body. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Do not stand by between these two, the Berserker body and the civilian body. Which is your preference?
Well, I have to go with the Berserker body because of the way that it made Alita smile when she was about to go to the motorball tryout, and she found out that Ito had given her escape, and then she lights up with that huge smile. So I have a soft spot for that scene, and she was in the Berserker body. Granted, she was about to go to Motorball with the Berserker body, but I would say that the way she lit up and that smile, I'm going to have to go with Berserker body. And also the other scene that I would go with Maxim uWu is when she was in the window of Hugo's apartment, and she had that incredible smile as she watched him get up. So because of those two scenes, I'll have to go with the Berserker body.
Okay. So the Berserker body, Do Not Stand By likes the Berserker body versus the civilian body. So message received. What about you, Angelus? Which one do you prefer between the Berserker body and the civilian body?
You might have to be the tiebreaker because I'm leaning towards civilian.
Okay. Well, we got a vote from the chat too. X-Man 577 likes the Berserker body. So you're going. Yeah. So you're going for the civilian body. What's your reasoning behind that one?
Sorry.
That's all right.
Just eating breakfast at the same time.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's just like while the movie in general, like will always hold a special place in my heart. It introduced me to the world of the manga and the various cyborg bodies that Lita has in that one. And I don't know, when I was reading it, she just felt comfortable in it. Like, yes, she said that the Berserker body is more me.
Yeah.
And it's like when it's completely, without sounding too suspect, completely unclothed, the design of the Berserker body is, as Vladi would say, really elegant. But I don't know, the personality of Alita in the manga just comes across as like even more comfortable still in the civilian body. So
okay. All right. So we got so far another vote for the Berserker body, and the creek, between the Berserker body and the civilian body. I really like the civilian body because it kind of. I'm not. That's not my vote yet, but I'm just explaining. I do like the civilian body a lot because it kind of portrays Alita as almost more normal. I mean, certainly she's still a cyborg in this body, and she could still, she could still take most humans, in this body for sure. But the fact that she goes to the Kansas bar and sings and just kind of does everyday things. She has an apartment. She's like just a regular single girl, just like you might meet somewhere. I mean, she is definitely that. However, I think I'm going to go with the Berserker body. And the reason I'm going to go with the Berserker body, and I think you guys that have seen my tweets, any of you that have seen my tweets in the morning, in my good morning tweet kind of thing, is where, there's one picture of Alita. She's in the windowsill and she's got that smile. To me, I always tweet on that smile just kills me, or that smile makes me weak kneed, or something like this. That smile really gets me. So I'm going to go with the Berserker body here. I do like the civilian body a lot, but it's kind of like Angelus was saying a while ago about what Lottie said. Is that especially in that scene where she's kind of showing off the Berserker body and all that, in front of Ito and Gerhard, that it is very elegant, and it's pretty sexy looking too. So, so I'm going to go with the Berserker body. And what that means is that here's what we got so far. So we've got the Berserker body that's, basically, beat out the civilian body. Okay. So any questions about that one?
Nope.
Okay.
There's no right or wrong answers.
No, there's no right or wrong. I mean, Alita's uWu in all these bodies is really great. I mean, she is really cute in all of them, you know. The only body she wouldn't be cute in is in that octopus body that Nova wanted to put her in. You know, she wouldn't have been too cute in that. She'd look more like Spider Woman or some freak in a damn circus or something like that. You know, she wouldn't have had a lot of uWu in that one. You know.
Well,
So
the
anyway,
only uWu she'd have is the octopus lips.
yes,
Yeah,
yeah, that's
sure,
it.
like,
And, that would be a perfect match, wouldn't it? Octopus lips with octopus body. Yeah, exactly. So, any other observations, guys, about the berserker body and the civilian body and any of that kind of stuff?
No, not at all.
Okay. All right, well, let's jump to the next pairing, I guess, and that's going to be the doll body and the human body. So I guess I'll start with you, Lee. What do you think? What is your preference between the human body and the doll body?
I'm going to go with the human body.
Okay. Any reasoning behind it?
Probably because the doll body was more of a transitional body.
Yeah.
It was just like a temporary vessel for her to grow out of.
Yeah.
Whereas the human body was like sort of a end stage. I think as somebody mentioned in a previous stream, like the body she gets rewarded for going through all the crap that she does.
Yeah. Well, both the bodies, as we said before, this body and that body are both got a lot of uWu. There's no doubt about it. You know, I guess this is not really out of the manga, obviously, but you know, there is two places in the manga, you know, that side story that flower of life thing or whatever, tree of life or whatever. I can't remember that thing every time I talk about where figure 4 just, you know, finds her, you know, I guess they reconstruct her from DNA or something like this. And the body that's in the last order that she eventually gets, the human body, where, you know, her and figure 4 now can, you know, run off and live happily ever after. So that's the basis for that one. So, but I picked this because it's got a lot of uWu too, even though she looks like she's kind of mad at somebody a little bit in this body. So
yeah, a bit of a serious look there.
Yeah, like, you know, you've done something I don't like, something like that, you know. Okay, Safani Sung, which body do you prefer, the doll body or the human body?
I think you can go with a human body.
Okay.
I think about human body.
Okay.
So, can't think about a human body and a doll body. It's hard to tell, and there's no difference. Because like a body and Peters and her cyborg parts and and her brain.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, so we got another vote for the human body. So what about you? Do not stand by. Which one do you pick? Do you like the doll body or the human body?
Yeah, well, as much as I would like to go with the doll body because it's in the movie, I'm also really hoping for Rosa Salazar to appear as herself in a future Alita movie. So as part of my support for the Alita sequel, I'm going to have to go with the human body in order to hopefully just give James Cameron and Robert Rodriguez and John Landau a little bit more incentive to get us there to the 4th or 5th movie when Rosa would be herself.
Okay. So are you splitting your vote, or did you just change it from doll to human, or what?
No, I'm going to go with human.
Okay.
A vote for human, so that it'll hopefully also be seen as a vote for the sequel and many more sequels.
Okay. So actually, what you're hoping to see is Rosa actually make an appearance as her. It's almost like she's not playing herself. Obviously, she'd be playing Alita, but her appearance there would be more of a, kind of like Rosa playing Alita, right, or something like this. I guess being a more natural thing. I guess not CGI'd or mocapped.
Well, we get a little bit of that in the bonus features for the Blu-ray, where you see her before they put in the CGI, and it's great to see how she acted originally before they put in the CGI. I want to see Rosa for real as Alita in her flesh and blood self in a future movie.
Yeah. Well, I agree with you. I think Rosa, she's a very pretty lady. She could pull the uWu off. There's no doubt about that, in a more natural way as opposed to mocap. So I kind of agree with your reasoning there. So anyway, by the way, Alejandro Camargo, he kind of likes the doll body because it's kind of a work of art, a loving creation that he was going to give his original daughter, and he gave it to Alita, that kind of thing. So his vote's going to be for the doll body, I think. Okay, Angelus, which body are you going to go with here?
I'm chafing on the inner thighs because I'm straddling both in a sense.
Uh-oh.
I mean,
you can split your vote if you want.
Yeah, I'm loving the human body for kind of obvious reasons. But the doll body, it's the amount of like effort and artwork that it just is. It like I can't deny it, and I can't give it some sort of even a half vote like you mentioned. Because I can't not give it some sort of vote.
Yeah.
In some way, shape, or form, because it's just that incredible to me. And like I said, the movie is always gonna hold that special place, and like this is one of the primary reasons, because they somehow managed to excuse me, somehow managed to like create their own cyborg body and yet still channel that essence of Alita, like Kishiro said, which is the reason why he liked it. So I think I'm just gonna have to, like, as much as I love the human body, have to go with my heart instead of my head and vote doll.
Okay. So I guess that leaves it up to the creek between the doll body and the human body, because right now, based on what's also in the chat, we got a 4-4 tie basically. So, I'm not voting. I'm just going to give an explanation here. I really like the doll body too. She's really cute in this thing. It's really, for the most part, that, that portion of the movie came off as a very sweet, a little girl and all that. But that is just the thing. In this body, for me, she's a little girl, and she's more of Creek's niece, in this body. So I think what I'm going to do, I'm going to go with the human body, because the main thing is kind of like what I guess I can't remember if it's Lee or Do Not Stand By said the doll body was kind of a transitional body, and I kind of agree with that. But for me, the doll body, as cute as it is, she's really cute in that body, but it is a kid, So being if we were talking about real people here, being a man, I'd see her as just a little girl, you're cute, but you're a little girl. But this one here, the human body, certainly she appears to be somewhat of a teenager and stuff here in this one, but this body can grow up, and also in the manga, in the Last Order, this body, by the time Figure 4 finds her, I guess she's kind of like 20 years old or more. Now her android body, the Imaginos body, was like probably 35. But if you remember in the manga, that that original Alita or the other Alita or whatever you want to call her, she got blown up by the baby bomb. So she, her time there kind of froze on that one. She got blew up as probably 20 years old or 19 or whatever she was. And that's what her human body would be when Figure 4 discovers her, when they were kind of chasing her from Zalem, her trying to get up to Jeru and eventually going to Venus and all that stuff. So they were kind of going after her, So, but the reason why I like this body, which I really like both of them a whole lot, but this body here can mature into an adult, and for me, the cuteness here means something a little different, although she's still my niece. I can't get too creepy here on this one. But to me, this body would be more like a normal human, kind of a pretty girl, a pretty lady, stuff like that. So I'm going to go with a doll. I'm going to go rather with a human body. So I guess I broke the tie on that. The vote was 5-4. So the human body, barely edges out, the doll body in a very close match, if you want to call it that. So that's where we stand there. And the first leg of the semifinals, I guess, the Berserker body will be going up against the human body. Any discussion about that?
Oh, the fact that you're onto something when it just gets tougher and tougher.
Yes. Yeah, it definitely does. Any other thoughts, guys?
Bring on the remainder of
you betcha. Well, let's look at the Imagino. Now there are 3 bodies here, and the reason why I got them all 3, there's a couple of reasons I put all 3 of them together, is because if they do, not if. Wait a minute, Gary V, you're messing up here. That's my real name, Gary V, by the way, everybody. But when they do make a sequel, and let's say they even go beyond that, a 3rd or 4th movie, I don't see them doing 3 or 4 versions of the Imaginos bodies like they're doing here. Now, there's in the manga, there's the Imaginos 1.0, 2.0 and 2.1 on the far right. That's 2.1. And in Mars Chronicles, there's the game, Martian Memory, rather. There's an Imaginos 1.5 body. So I guess somewhere in capability, it's between 1.0 and 2.0, I guess. I'm not sure. I know I've watched Chaos Nova play that thing. It's really kind of entertaining, to watch that, But I'm going to lump them together, so you can consider any one of the 3 is with any of the Imaginos bodies as like one entity. And we're going to put that Imaginos body up against the Motorball body in terms of uWu. Okay, not so much power, because there's no doubt that any Imaginos body is going to be more powerful than the Motorball body, So that said, Lee, which way are you going? Which way do you, what do you see here in terms of the Imaginos versus the Motorball body? Which one's your preference?
I'm going to go with the Imaginos body.
Okay. And what's your reasoning behind that one?
Well, for me, once again, the Motorball body, as elegant and well put together as it is also a very transitional stage in her life, in her development. And the Imaginos body has a great deal of capability, a lot of power, and she goes through a lot of changes with it.
So she's evolving and growing with it then.
Seemed like it to me, yeah.
Yeah. Well, that's a good point, because the Motorball body, the only way it changes is if a mechanic changes pieces and parts on it, isn't it?
Yeah.
So
and it was fairly specialized for like one specific part of the story, as it were.
Yeah, that's right. Okay, Safani Sung, what's your preference? The Motorball body or the Motorball, or rather the Imaginos body or the Motorball body? Yeah, the Motorball body or the Motorball body? No, Imaginos or Motorball body.
like motorball, I guess.
You're going to go with a motorball body, huh?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's,
What?
I don't know, it's hard to say these days. If motorball is supposed to be leader in her series and franchise, he should, like, maybe I heard something like a basic body like that, maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it definitely is a good body. I mean, it's really sleek in this. It's like we've used in the past, you know, it's like a high performance race car, you know, kind of thing, you know. And of course, once again, you can look at that face. That's Alita's face. Yeah, it's got some uWu behind it. So for sure. So, okay, Angelus, which one do you like? The Imaginos body or the motorball body?
My vote, I just DM'd you in Twitter.
Oh, okay. You're gonna make me switch over here.
Just temporarily.
Okay, so
making sure the old Creaky is still a young sprite.
yeah. Well, I definitely am, or at least I strive to be, as they say. Let me see if I can pull that up on here so we can see Angelus's vote.
Now,
I guess.
Again, much like we said at the beginning, there's no right or wrong answer.
Yeah.
It's practically all Alita, so it's like asking like which one of your like sons and daughters are your favorite.
Yeah.
You can't really pick one, and if you do, you get in trouble with the waifu. Then,
yeah, you do. let me go get
the reason why I prefer the Imaginos body just a touch more than Motorball body. Or one of the reasons is the picture that I recently linked to Creaky, and this is done by our very own Paul Untitled.
Yes.
And like I said, the picture itself and the artwork of it, I love. The wings as well, both here, and when she gets it in the manga, well, it just drives me insane.
So we got a vote for
yeah.
insanity too, in addition to uWu. So
Yep.
Okay.
And yeah, I mean the fact that she has almost even greater control over how she makes her body look in this one, like sometimes they release the like colored versions of the some panels, and she's like an entire gunmetal gray, which is it's always going to be kind of hot to me. Then there's other colored versions where she's got like a tinge of purple in it as well.
Mm-hmm.
That sort of drives me wild. And yeah, and this one obviously we've never ever seen her in red, except for that one time where she's got the big ass rifle. She's got the peace sign or something like that.
Yeah, that's right.
I'm sure most of you can remember the image itself off by heart, but yeah, I mean the fact that she can just go with any design, any color, the Imaginos.
Okay.
And that's the reason why it's my personal favorite.
Okay, cool.
1, 2, or 2.1 for that matter. Well, actually, 2.1 just an edge above all the others because of the wings. But hey, who's counting?
Yeah, is that a little bit of a tail I see right there? Yeah, it looks like
Looks like it's attached off the wing, actually.
Yeah, kind of. Unless there's a little, you can't see my cursor, obviously, but if you kind of look, you can see
I think
a little.
It is a tail.
Yeah.
Well, it doesn't seem to attach to her, though.
Yeah, I don't know.
Hang on.
It looks like to me, you see right where her elbow is, just below her elbow, you see a little spot between her arm and her wing. You'll see a little bit of a thing there. And if you look,
I see it now,
you look on the inside between her body, you'll see like a little bit of a line there. So it looks like
the background real well.
Yeah, it's hard to spot, so.
Okay, I guess it is tail, yeah.
Yeah, old Paul Untitled, he's not gonna miss a detail like that, I think. So okay, so we got another vote for the Imaginos body, I guess. And let's welcome Chaos Nova.
Hello.
How's it going in Mentor, Ohio there?
All right.
Cool. Well, you're just in time, Chaos. Which body do you prefer? The Imaginos body or bodies? You can pick any one of them you want, or the Motorball body.
Imaginos.
Okay. And what's your reasoning behind that? What is it about the Imaginos body you like?
Okay. It's a lot more smooth in the shape. Motorball is a lot more rugged and angular, and
yeah,
not so much. So too many lines.
Yeah, well, it looks like it does look like more of a device, doesn't it? Or it looks more like it looks kind of like you would think of a race car, I guess, yeah. Whereas the Imaginos body is certainly made up of nanotech and all that stuff, so it can smooth out pretty well. So,
right.
Okay. So there's another vote for the Imaginos body, and so now the Creek will get into here now. I like.
Wait! You didn't ask me. Do not stand by here.
Oh, I'm sorry. Do not stand by. I didn't mean to skip you. I guess I got confused. I guess. So, which one do you prefer, the Imaginos body or the Motorball body?
Well, I'm going to use my reasoning again, although in a different way of trying to push for the Alita sequel. I'm going to go with the Motorball body because I want Rosa to prove me wrong. She hasn't had a chance to act in the Imaginos body. She did tremendous acting in the Motorball body, even without saying a word, slicing the tear in half with her sword, and then looking up while raising the sword. Those two pieces of incredible acting. Rose is going to have to top herself with the Imaginos body. So for that reason, I'm going to vote for the Motorball body.
Okay. All right. So we got another vote for the Motorball body, which is a good vote because I'll tell you, she's got uWu in all these bodies, and the Motorball body certainly is no exception. Okay. Now the Creek, I guess, gets to vote. That didn't mean to skip over you there. Do not stand by. I guess between Angelus coming on and Chaos coming on. I guess Angelus came on before this, so I got confused. So anyway, sorry about that. Okay, now as to my pick, I like both of these bodies. Certainly, this is Maxie's favorite. I sent him an invite. If he'd have come on, he could have voted for this one because I'm sure he would have. But I think the Creek's going to go with the Imaginos body. Because it's kind of like I said a while ago, to me, the Motorball body, she's really cute in that body, and it's really like a high performance race car. It's all that good stuff. She's definitely an adult in that body, but I think the Imaginos body to me is it can adapt with her. She's a shapeshifter in this body for one thing. And certainly in this body, it culminates with her on the right. She's 35 years old in that body right there. At least that's her kind of a quasi chronological age, although she's over 300 years old, but when you kind of look at it from the time she was, in the war, the Great War of the Fall, and then was asleep for 200 to 300 years and then woke up and then went from there. Yeah, she's 35 years old in that body on the right. And she's probably she may be 32 or 33 on the left there, that body on the far left. So she's a woman in this body, now, albeit a powerful woman for sure. But what you guys know what I'm going to say. The Creek really likes that tail, that tail to me that's the thing, for me, because I really, I don't know. It's just kind of very imaginative for me. I just think it's the idea, I mean, Kishiro has a great imagination, and I think he just let it all go on that one. So anyway, Creek's going to vote for the Imaginos body, which is going to kind of put us right here on this one. Okay. So now we got, 2 out of, you got maybe, 3 contestants for the semifinals, if you want to think of it as that, So now we're going to go to the, Well, you know, I think I just messed up. I think I got the Imaginos body versus the tuned body. So let me switch that around. So we might give the motorball body. We're going to put the tuned body down here on this one because the Creek messed that up, I think. So let's do this. Boy, I really messed. Yeah, I've messed it up good here. So let me do this. There we go. And this was a motorball. I kind of put them in the wrong category there. Gary. No, now I'm messing up big time. This is tuned right here. This was motorball. And the Creek can't spell either. There we go.
That happens.
Yeah, I do too. So now we got it back straight to the way we want to get going with that one, I think. So, all right. So now that we got that thing hammered out, now let's talk about the tuned body and the body. Now, the tuned body, of course, both of these are manga bodies. Excuse me. The tuned body is the body she acquires after that. What is that white door thing or whatever? I can't remember.
Yes.
And she gets that body. She's given an option to either say, okay, you know, you can work for us and we're going to give you this body here, or, you know, you can just say, well, it's over for me. I'm not going to live anymore, you know? And of course, any rational being is going to say, okay, I'll take the tuned body. So, you know, but anyway, she's working for the program, the Zalem in this body, and she's kind of a troubleshooter, I guess, almost like a spy / troubleshooter. And she, you know, one of the things she does in this body, I guess, is goes after Destinova. She also, you know, I guess has a little bit of a confrontation with the bar jack, and, you know, she meets Den, certainly meets Figure 4 in this body.
I think mainly she was going out to deal with problems that Tefari's had that they didn't want to send any other agents down for, so they used her.
Yeah.
And they were also getting those recordings of her capabilities so they could make the new series of androids.
Yeah, the AR series. Yeah, exactly. And another thing I think they had gotten, if I'm not mistaken, you guys that have, because it's been a while since I've read the manga, but they had gotten some rumblings about kind of not a rebellion, but an imminent attack or something on Zalem. And that's, of course, when she finds the bar jack and Den, meets Chaos. And of course that she, you know, kind of, I guess, finds that big ass cannon they had, you know, that they would put on a rail car. They were going to shoot Zalem with, I guess, shoot the, you know, that.
Well, that was her clone actually that saw the thing. Then just talked about it. That was AR-10.
Okay, all right. So yeah, I don't remember all the details there, but anyway, in this body,
Koyomi thought it was for a minute until Fury bit the head right off.
Yeah. So anyway, that's that tuned body. That's it's kind of like a berserker body, but doesn't have quite as much power. But it certainly, I don't think it has the plasma weapon for sure. But yeah, you can see she's got that uWu in this body for sure, as she does in the body. Now this is not the berserker body. This is the body that she got in training when she was you know, before she got installed into the berserker body, you know, when they were going to the Great War of the Fall. And when she was in training, she was 17 years old. Now, this particular drawing was, I guess it's part of Martian Chronicles Volume 2 or something like that. And there's that sentient gun and all that, Danko and all that stuff. But anyway, that's the body that I'm trying to represent here, the body and the tuned body. So I think both of you guys, I hope those, I think everybody on this panel's read the manga. So, but anyway, you got a choice, not that one. You got a choice here between the Urn body and the Toon body. And I guess I'll start with you, Lee. Which one of these bodies do you actually prefer?
I'm gonna go with the tuned body. I think because I'm more familiar with that one. Didn't really see much of the other one.
Okay. Yeah, they mentioned that other body. Gosh, I can't remember if it was briefly mentioned in the manga itself, but if there was that backstory, a video that was put out, the Great War of the Fall, and they kind of referenced that body also, you know. So we got a vote from Lee for the tuned body. He doesn't know much about either one of them, so I guess you're going with the tuned body because maybe you think it's got a little bit more uWu than the Urn body.
Well, I'm more familiar with that one. I've actually read through the story about that one, so that one I've got a lot of familiarity with. The other one, I don't really know anything about it.
Yeah. Okay, so that's a valid reason. Okay, Safani Sung, which body do you like? Do you like the tuned body or the Urn body?
Let's go to the Toon body.
Okay. What's your reasoning behind that?
Actually, she can go one of the most kind going in Badlands, maybe.
Okay, yeah, yeah, that's the body she had going into Badlands. Okay.
Yeah, Badlands, maybe.
Yeah. Okay. All right, do not stand by. I'm not going to skip you on this one. Which one? What's your preference here, the tuned body or the Urn body?
Yeah, I'm gonna have to go with the Toon body. I didn't really get a great impression, but also of her Urn years because they're just like flashbacks in a few panels. Maybe if Kishiro or even if there was a TV series about it that Jim Cameron could spin off, it'd be great to see what kind of person she really was when she was training in the Urn. The few panels that showed her didn't really give the sense that she was uWu at the time. It really gave the sense she was a child soldier and she was just all business and not very likable. And she's a lot more likable when she's in the Toon body and she's discovering herself.
Okay. So we got another vote for the Toon body. By the way, you folks in the chat, you can put in the chat which body you like too. We'll throw that into the mix. All right, Angelus, which body do you prefer, the tuned body or the Urn body?
Oh, yeah, about that.
Yeah.
Oh gosh. Tuned
Oh,
body.
is this another split your vote
body.
there, Angelus?
It is sort of, surprisingly enough. I'd lean more towards the Urn body, and for the really strange reason of the Danko gun.
Okay.
I just like the fact that she's got a, you know, like the fact that she's got a extra weapon added to her repertoire, but the fact that it's sentient as well.
Yeah.
So a really weird reasoning, but you know, it's my reason.
Okay, that's cool. So we got the Urn body's got a vote. Okay, Chaos Nova, which one do you prefer, the tuned body or the Urn body? I think Chaos may have stepped away. He has to do that sometimes, doing his fatherly duties, I think.
Yep.
Yeah, David Watson says Finestro wants, he likes the tuned body, and so does David Watson. So we got 2 more votes for the tuned body, I guess. Yeah. Well, he says the Urn body has a little more uWu to it. Now, keep in mind that's just an artist conception of it. So, but yeah, that's got a lot of uWu there too. So, okay, well, I guess it's up to the creek on this one. although it's not a tie at this point. There's the tuned body, and of course the Urn body. I think the Urn body has really got a lot of uWu behind it. I mean, she really looks cute there. But I kind of like the tuned body because, first of all, it's in the manga. It's more prevalent in the manga for one thing. And that's the body she meets figure 4 in. So to me, it shows that she's more of a compassionate, although she's pretty badass in this body in terms of, fighting skill and all that. But the fact that she starts a relationship with, with figure 4, and even at one point, Chaos himself kind of talked her into wearing that wedding dress. I guess she put that dress on just to shut him up. I think is what she did.
Yeah, just to calm him down.
Yeah, that's right. She really didn't have any feelings for him like that anyway. I mean, she respected him a lot, but she didn't have those kind of feelings for him like she did figure 4. Also the Urn body. This is more of a teenager type thing. This is like she was 17 years old when they, I guess, converted her or moved her over from a Urn body, the more titanium alloy type training body, over to the Berserker body. So she's a kid. She's basically, she's a teenager. In this body, she is an adult. I mean, this is after the events of the movie. She's in the Badlands. There's a 10-year span in there in which she goes on many adventures that we'd have no idea what she did. I kind of think her and figure 4 probably lived together for a good bit of that 10 years at least. And of course, X-Man 577 says she looks cute in the urban body. I guess you mean the Urn body there, X-Man 577. That would be this one right here. So we got another vote for the Urn body, I guess. So, yeah, well, I think he's talking about the Imaginos body right there on that one. So, yeah. And of course, Finestro says, yeah, if she has a tail, that's a big plus. So anyway, so the Creek thinks that the tuned body is going to be his selection. So anyway, here's kind of what we're looking at now. We're looking at the now we're ready to kind of show the get the two, I guess, trying to figure out which one we want to pick. So now we're on to this. We're on to the Berserker body and the human body. So it's a little more difficult, isn't it? So Lee, I guess I'll start with you again. Is it going to be the human body, or is it going to be the Berserker body?
Oh, okay. Yeah, sorry, I got distracted there. I had a phone call.
Oh, okay, no problem.
I'm gonna go with the Berserker body.
Okay. And what's your reasoning behind that?
I think maybe just because there's more vivid representations of it because of how Rosa Salazar brought it to life on the screen. Yeah. So I'm just gonna go with that one.
Okay. Well, it's definitely got some uWu, that's for sure.
Yeah.
Okay, Safani Sung. Do you like the Berserker body or do you like the human body? No, you like them both, but which one do you prefer? Let me say that.
I don't know. I prefer both, maybe. I was going both of them, but human body and Berserker body because it looks in human body like she's really tiny human body.
Okay, so I didn't quite understand you. Is your preference the human body over the Berserker body?
Yeah, maybe both, maybe, I guess.
Okay. Okay, so now do not stand by. Your preference, is it going to be the Berserker body or is it going to be the human body?
Yeah, well, I'm probably going to contradict myself because I originally picked the human body over the doll body because I want to see Rosa Salazar in future sequels as her her real self portraying Alita. But yeah, I'm contradicting myself on this one because I'll probably have to go with the prove me wrong thing because she did such an exceptional job in the Berserker body. She really made the change between being awkward and uncomfortable in the doll body to being like a puma stalking her prey when she was chasing after Vector at the factory. And she did that incredible scene where, without a word, she was expressing her gratitude to Doc Ito for putting her in the Berserker body. Those outstanding acting performances, I'm going to have to challenge Rosa to prove me wrong again and do an even better job in the future movies as her human self. So my vote is with the Berserker body for now.
Okay. Well, they certainly both have uWu. I mean, we're not just because we prefer one over the other doesn't mean the other one that doesn't have uWu. I mean, they both do for sure. So,
unfortunately, I'm going to have to head off.
All right, Lee.
Yes, you will, Lee.
Okay, man. Have a good one. Appreciate you coming on.
No problem. You guys have fun.
All right, we'll see you. Okay, I guess Angelus. Is it going to be the Berserker body or the human body?
This one's a little bit easier. I'm going for the human body.
Okay.
Mainly because it's like I think they might have mentioned it more earlier, but aside from being a more like a mature, like stepping ahead of her story, that's basically her what am I saying? Like her reward, I believe it was mentioned earlier.
Yeah, that's right.
So yeah, that'd be mine.
Yeah, that was at that story at the end of the second volume, wasn't it? Of the box set where I guess she sacrificed herself, didn't she? And then of course she was given a human body as a reward. So you're going with a human body, okay? I can certainly see why. I mean, you know, for sure. Chaos Nova. What do you?
I say Berserker body. Because the other one's pretty much retirement, if you know what I mean. It's like the end of the story.
Okay.
I'm not saying I don't like it. You know, obviously it's a new story, but it's the end of the story as we see it, and I don't want to see the end yet.
Yeah, that's right. That's a good point.
I mean, it's funny because I mentioned this, and I'm going to make a new video about it. It's like Superman Red and Blue. I mean,
yeah,
it's like Superman Red because he's split into two, and the red one has no powers. And it's like, really? Come on.
Yeah.
The blue one keeps going.
Well, if you get into the multiverse of DC, where there's
I'll get a link to the Superman Red Blue because I'm talking about the 1963 one.
Okay.
And basically, the 1963 story was that he accidentally made two of himself. So one of them gave up its powers, and he was the red one, and the blue one kept him.
By the way, Finestro wants to see the human body with a tail. So I don't know about that one, Finestro. That to me, I mean, you know, in the Imaginos body, I guess I can kind of see the tail, but with a human, I'm not sure about that, you know. So anyway. Okay, so we got to vote for the Berserker body, and now, of course, the Creek, you know, between the Berserker body, of course, and the human body. I like them a lot. You know, I like both of them because they're both adults. You know, I mean, certainly, you know, this is not, like Lee mentioned a while ago, it's not a transitional. Well, I guess any body she's in could be considered somewhat of a transitional body, but she's an adult in this body. And in this body, she can kind of, I mean, she can certainly, she's a teenager there, but you know, in the manga, she's an adult, particularly toward the end, I guess, of Last Order. But you know, I guess I'm going to have to go myself with the Berserker body, you know, because I think, you know, I just think the Berserker body, it's kind of a, well, you know, it's hard to explain, I guess. I mean, it's the body we saw for most of the movie itself. It's the body, she said, I feel it's more me. If you remember when she was talking to Hugo, you know, in the doll body, she was kind of, you know, she had just been woken up. She wasn't comfortable in it. And certainly in this body, her core was designed to interface with this body. Now, both bodies have a lot of uWu. There's no doubt about it. But I'm going to go back to that scene where she's kind of showing off for Ito and Gearhead, and she's in that one finger handstand, and the body is really slick and very sexy, you know. So to me, it's a beautiful body. So, you know, I guess I'm going to go with the Berserker body on this, on that one there. So what that does for us now is that narrows it down for us right here between the Berserker body. Now, the Berserker body is going to be facing who we pick between the Imaginos and the tuned body. Okay? Any questions so far? All right, let's talk about the Imaginos and the tuned body. There's the Imaginos body right there. Of course, we know about that. We've kind of talked about it already. And the tuned body, of course, is the body she had after she came out of the White Room and all that good old stuff. So anyway, that said, you know, which one of Safani's sung do you prefer? Do you prefer the Imaginos body, or do you prefer the tuned body?
I was going with Macho's body. The Macho. Okay. You should have the angel in her tail and being on his back. Yes, okay. Look like a cat leader, maybe.
Cat leader, yes. Yeah. Okay, so we got a vote for the Imaginos body. Okay, do not stand by. Which one is your preference between? Now, neither one of these bodies obviously are in the movie, but you have read the manga, I guess. But which one do you prefer? Do you prefer the Imaginos body or the tuned body?
Yeah, this is a tough one for me because I saw her in the tuned body more since I haven't gone through the Last Order yet. But yeah, she has tremendous character growth in the tuned body, and her relationship with Figure 4 really blossomed during that. So because of that, I got a soft spot in my heart for the tuned body, even though the Imaginos body is so much more powerful. So I'll go with the tuned body.
Okay, well, she's got uWu in the tuned body. There's no doubt about it. You know, she definitely does. So we got to vote for the tuned body. Okay, that takes us to Angelus. What do you think, Angelus? Do we have the Imaginos body, or is it going to be the tuned body?
Tuned?
Imaginos.
Okay. So it's going to be the Imaginos body for Angelus. Why is that, Angelus, by the way?
Mainly because the tuned body, Imaginos body has more appeal to me than, like, they both do, of course, but Imaginos has more appeal to me than tuned body. So,
okay. All right, Chaos Nova.
I would kind of say tuned, and in a way, it's like it's kind of another body, in a way, because it's just more grounded when she has that. In some ways,
okay.
I mean, the record is like, okay, yeah, defeated Kana, but that was kind of playing, but there was also, it was hard to deal with other tuned, with an AI tuned clone. So I don't know.
Yeah.
I feel it's a little more. It's a little more interesting, and it feels like she's more challenged in that part of the manga.
Okay.
At least in volumes 7 through 9, when you have stuff like AR2.
So you're saying she's more grounded then in those volumes as opposed to the Imaginative Body where she's
Right.
AP, right? Yeah.
Right, and I feel it's somewhat back towards that direction with Mars Chronicle. I mean, Erica's surprisingly formidable for not being Imaginos in any way.
Yeah. Well, Erica knows Panzer Kuntz as well, so that's I think did Erica not have she had a berserker body, didn't she? Or I don't remember.
No, it's an old it's not a full-blown berserker body, but it's the old kind of cyber body that Alita had during Marlwolf. It wasn't a berserker because in the manga the berserker body was from Venus. The video game and the movie make it so that Mars invented the berserker tech.
Okay.
But it's closer to what you get with, say, Tuned or
Okay. By the way, too, when we were setting these up before you signed on there, Chaos, we even talked about the Imaginos 1.5 being one of the Imaginos bodies. So
it's a video game exclusive deal, and I live stream the game again. I just want to see how far the English translation goes with version 0.17.
Yeah. Okay. So you're going with a tuned body then. Okay, so what is the Creek going to do here? I think we got the Imaginos body once again. We got the tuned body. I like the tuned body. I'm not picking a body yet. I like the tuned body because it's the body she was in when she met Figure 4, and I really like the fact that they kind of started out adversarial. They. It wasn't like her and Hugo. She was smitten with Hugo the instant she saw him, Whereas with Figure 4, it's kind of like they were kind of adversaries at the beginning. Not adversaries like enemies, but their relationship, she wasn't smitten with him. It was only when she kind of learned who he was and, learned more about him and stuff like that, that she, that she kind of fell in love with him, So, kind of a very adult thing. It wasn't infatuation per se, But I'm going to have to go with the Imaginos body because for one thing, you guys know the Creek likes the tail. So that's just the way it works, So certainly she's an adult in this body, kind of like she is in the tuned body. She's an adult in the tuned body too. But, I like the fact for her to be OP like this, that makes her attractive to me as a character. And I certainly like that tail, So, I'm going to go with the Imaginos body. And we had like 4 votes from the chat for the Imaginos body. So, kind of what we got now is that we've got this set up. Now this is going to be hard for the Creek for sure. But which body is the best, between the Berserker body and the Imaginos body? So that's going to be kind of a tough one, I think. So anyway, wrong one. So we got the Berserker body. There it is. And we got the Imaginos bodies. So I guess I'm going to go to you, Safani Sung. Which one do you like the most? Do you like the Berserker body or the Imaginos bodies?
The Berserker body, maybe.
Okay, so we got a vote for the Berserker body. Any reasoning behind it?
I don't know, because his hard tail and can tell difference in the leader and his Berserker body has similar to body.
Yeah.
Right.
So I mean, I'm hearing from you, it's kind of like a gut feeling almost, right? You just like the body. I got it. Okay, do not stand by. Which one do you like the best? You like the Berserker body, or do you like the Imaginos body?
Oh, that's tough. But given the amazing action sequences I saw with the Berserker body, where Alita just took out all of her competitors in the motorball tryout, and
Yeah.
she took out everybody, all the Centurions in the factory. I just have to go with Berserker body because those were the greatest action scenes I've ever seen.
Oh,
And
God, yes.
again, it's got to be a prove me wrong. The Berserker body is amazing in what it can do, but it's still grounded. I really want to see in the sequels what they can do with a grounded Imaginos body. And I'd love to see them top the action sequences they did with Berserker body. But until they do that, I got to vote for Berserker.
Okay. So we got a vote then for the Berserker body. All right, Angelus. By the way, Finestro says he likes the Imaginos bodies. Okay, so there's a vote for the Imaginos body.
Like
All
a
right,
roller coaster.
yeah, all right, Angelus. What's your preference?
Like a roller coaster, you know, it might seem like it gets easier and wilder, and it is, because my vote's definitely going towards Imaginos for
Okay.
mostly the same reasons. It's just like there's no limit to what she can imagine or do in the Imaginos body. So
Okay. So you're going with the Imaginos body then.
definitely going with the Imaginos body.
Okay, Finn, I think, well, we saw where Finn voted for he wants the Berserker body, and so does Alexandra Camargo. They both like the Berserker body. So Chaos Nova, I guess, what's your preference? Berserker body? Oh,
Yeah,
Berserker body.
Berserker.
Okay. Any reasoning behind that one?
I don't know. It's more of a lesser of evils choice for me now, given the way the polls have gone up to this point through the various stratos.
Okay.
I mean, if I really had a choice, I'd say the Mars Chronicle Agent of Melchizedek, but that didn't make it to the finals, did it?
Okay. Looks like Nordley likes the Berserker body as well. Okay, I guess it's up to the creek between the Berserker body and the Imaginos body. You know, one thing about the Berserker body is that it's kind of like I guess Lee was saying a while ago, and Angelus even mentioned it, I guess, or do not stand by, I guess. You know, a lot of great action sequences. Rosa really pulled this off really well, and there is certainly a lot of uWu in this body for sure. By the way, David Watson, he likes the Imaginos body, so anyway, we got to vote for that one. But I think, I think I'm going to have to go, even as much as I like the Berserker body, I really do like it a lot. But I'm going to have to go with the Imaginos body again for the same reason. I can't get away from that tail. That tail just grabs me, you know. And she has a lot of uWu in this too. She's really cute. All three of those images are really cute. You can't see her face that much in the middle one, but if you look at the image on the left and the one on the right, she is really super cute, which is what uWu is all about. But for me, also with this body, the Imaginos body is crazy OP. I mean, particularly that one on the right. I mean, the Imaginos 2.1 body, that thing has got godlike power. I mean, it is crazy OP. I mean, it's almost Superman level, ability. Now she's not as strong as Superman and that kind of thing, but once again, she's a shapeshifter. She's got superhuman strength, even greater than the Berserker body, and she can move at relativistic speeds. She's still got Panzer Kunst. I mean, she's just crazy OP. I think in a fight with Thanos or Darkseid, she'd kick their butts. So that's why I'm picking the Imaginos bodies. But that said, we actually had 6 votes for the Berserker body and 4 votes for the Imaginos body. David Watson says, yeah, it's the leather talking. Yeah, could be. Nah, that's my niece, David Watson. So anyway, so I guess what we've decided then, just going through the pairings the way we did, is that the Berserker body has got the most uWu. Anybody want to comment on that?
People don't know how to vote. I'm just kidding. There really is no right or right answer.
Well, my comment is that it kind of isn't a fair fight from my perspective, because Rosa still hasn't acted in the Imaginos body.
Yeah,
so
that's right.
It'll be a different result, I think, when the sequels come out and when Rosa gets a chance to show us what she can do.
Oh yeah. Oh, I have no doubt that Rosa will be able to pull off acting in the Imaginos body. I have no doubt she'll be able to do that. I mean, she pulled off the acting in the Berserker body just super duper well. And think about what she did. She went through 6 months of training for that. I mean, that's pretty good. I mean, she was committed, to the part and all that kind of stuff, and she internalized it. So, and she certainly loves playing Alita. There's no doubt about it. We saw that in that video where she was interviewed by Jeff, from, or where she got asked that question by Jeff from Cinema Blend. So, I think as much as she loves playing Alita, and we get to that, say, 4th movie, or say 3rd, whatever, it's a trilogy, and they get her in the Berserker body about halfway through the 3rd movie, Rosa's going to pull that off. I mean, she is, I'm telling you, what she deserved an Academy, an Oscar nomination for what she did in Alita, I think. So anyway, but I guess it's kind of like Lita Calogridis said that one time, if you're in mocap or something like that they don't consider that, acting or something like that, but that I think that's a fallacy. I think that, it was still her acting, her facial expressions and all that kind of stuff. So anyway, which version of Alita has the most uWu? Well, I guess we've maybe somewhat subjectivity, but we've determined that the Berserker body was the body that had the most uWu. So,
and because it's a movie Berserker body, that's impartial reading in favor of Rosa.
Yeah, that's right.
She's the one that made it happen.
Well, I mean, if you wanted to consider the Berserker body in the manga or the anime, that's all right. I mean, because they're all, even though they're kind of a little bit different, in the storytelling and all that, I think they're all the same, because really the movie is just an adaptation of the manga itself and the anime. So, I mean, I don't have any trouble with considering all together, It's kind of like the doll body in the anime and in the, and in the movie. It's a similar thing, so. Yeah, I agree with you, Nordley. Rosa is actually incredible. She's a great actress. That's for sure.
Well, okay. I partially want her to come back as a human in the sequel, so that she can qualify for the Best Actress award.
Oh yeah. They're
going to be all snobby and say, "Oh, she was in mocap." But if she got to play her human self, then she can qualify for Best Actress, and she deserves it. I haven't even seen her perform yet, but I know that she will knock it out of the park when she gets the opportunity to be her human self in the sequel.
That's a really good point. And if they did the human part, if they kind of did it, her as the younger Alita and all that, they would have to mocap her face and her eyes. They probably have to mocap her eyes anyway. But I think if she comes back in like she would like in Last Order as a human, they could use her. Because she's older. In Last Order, she's in her mid-30s, which is close to what Rose is, I think. And I think she could be Rosa playing Alita. So that'd be great, I think. And they could CGI her eyes without mocap too, I think. So, yeah, David Watson said she could do some voiceover stuff. If they do a series like an animated series, I bet she'd go for it. I bet she would. So, okay, guys. Any other thoughts? I guess this stream's not going to run as long because the creek doesn't run his mouth as much on this kind of thing, I guess. So, so anyway. All right, guys. I guess did we miss anything?
Oh, we probably did, but we're too violated to realize it.
Yeah, that's right. I mean, well, there's some more uWu up there. Yeah, our girl's cute. And if you piss her off, she will rip your arm off and beat you with a wet end. So you don't want to piss her off. Yeah, that's right. Jennifer Connelly did say Rosa had an extraordinary voice. Jennifer Connelly also is very pretty. I mean, yeah, Jennifer Connelly's all right in my book. I really liked her in Hulk, where she played, I guess, Bruce Banner's girlfriend.
Beth Ross.
I'm sorry?
The character called Elizabeth Ross. Yeah.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, boy, she looked good in that thing too. Well, she looks good in any movie she does, I think. So. Okay, any last thoughts there, Safani Sung?
It's like really cool because, especially using own body when it talks about it.
Okay. Yeah, the Urn body, we don't have a lot about that on the Urn body, do we? But that's cool. Do not stand by. Any last thoughts?
No, I think we had a great stream, and this is a pretty close competition. It was a nail biter to the end.
Yeah, it was, because all of the versions of Alita have got severe uWu. I mean, every one of them. So, you can't, that's why it was so tough, I guess. Angelus, any thoughts?
Short but sweet stream, just like Alita.
Yeah, that's right. Yep, she's only 4'11". So, although in the movie she's 5'3", I guess. So. Chaos, you got any last thoughts?
No, interesting episode. Showcase next Monday.
Cool. I guess I know what I could do. I could send you a JPEG of this.
Okay.
That way you can, if you want to put it in, you can,
Sure. I'll try that. And there's a role-playing presentation I'll send to you later. All right.
Okay, cool. Yeah, I really enjoy those videos you put up. They're really cool. I really like watching them. It's kind of a anthology of all the videos, of all the Alita Army videos. It's really interesting. The
and
showcase.
plenty of lesser known people too. I learned about Bertson. More people should subscribe to Bertson. He's got plenty of interesting, hand-drawn animation that he does. That's both the Mars Chronicle confrontation with Erica and just plenty of others. I've also started including Kashiro's YouTube channel, but obviously he's busy and he only posts so often. But I'll post his thing occasionally.
Okay. All right. Well, here's our queen right here, and there's some uWu there too, isn't there? I mean, she is #1 actor in the Creek's book, that's for damn sure, you know, and, you know, she is Alita, you know, no doubt about it. And she knocked that ball out of the park, as we mentioned a while ago. And of course, she's not just a superb actor, but it certainly doesn't help that she is really pretty. I mean, she really is, you know. And of course, Elle Lamont, I like to mention her too, because she's Creek's other celebrity crush, you know. So Rosa and Elle Lamont are both my celebrity crushes. So, you know, and they both did a great job in Alita, you know. Even though Elle didn't have any speaking parts in it, I mean, she was really badass in that movie. God Almighty, it was really good how she put that together. So anyway. All right. So anyway, tomorrow, this is why we kind of picked this topic today. And I guess, Angelus, you're going to be the host tomorrow because I think Maxie's been he's been wifed again, I guess. You want to kind of chat about this one just a little bit? I'm going to be the stream manager, but
the only, without spoiling too much, the only how should I put it, the discussion point is basically similar to last week's, but expanding it to like other characters and especially NPCs.
Yeah.
Well, in the context of, you know, basically anyone and everyone outside of Alita. And this does include, well, I'm going to include at least Elfin as well.
Okay.
As well, because
Yeah.
they've got unique AR.
Yeah.
Personalities.
Well, any of those AR or those replicants are going to have uWu because they're all replicants of Alita. I mean, you know, I mean, there's androids obviously, but I mean, they're, you know, Alita was a cyborg when they did that. She's in a toon body, I guess, but they all 12 of them have uWu. There's no, even Zex, when he was a female, he had uWu. Now he doesn't. Now don't tell Kran or Rotten this, but he doesn't have much uWu to me when he's a male. Sorry about that, Kran and Rotten. So anyway.
So why does he keep his face all scarred? Couldn't he fix it if he wanted to?
You would think. I don't know. You know, maybe he just makes it. Maybe he thinks it makes him look tough or something. I don't know. Because he seems to me he's always trying to prove himself. I don't know. You know, but it could be it. Okay, so tune in tomorrow, about roughly 24 hours after this one, and you know, we're going to go into a lot of uWu, you know, from all the many characters in the Alitaverse, and that's going to be both the anime and the manga. Is that right? And the movie, right, Angelus? That's going to be any of it.
All three mediums.
Nice. Okay. I guess, why is this image here? Well, this image is here because the Creek likes it for sure, and I'm running the stream. And to paraphrase Grishka, I am only here for our girl and the Alita Army. And of course, us in the Alita Army, or we in the Alita Army, pardon my bad grammar. We're all only here for our girl for sure, you know. So any final thoughts whatsoever from anybody? Cool. Okay, so on my count of three, I guess what we'll do is the call to action. And that would be 1, 2, 3.
Film those sequels.
Baby. All right, so we'll see you next week on the Alita live stream, and we'll see you tomorrow on Radio Chaos.
I'll see you then.
All right, good night, good day.
What's up, Alita Army? This is Hot Toys Alita, and I hope you enjoyed this week's Alita live stream. Please join my Uncle Creek, Angelus, and our other guests for next week's show. Remember, I do not stand by in the presence of evil, and film those sequels, baby. See you next time.